Thank you for coming back to my channel once again. This is Joseph from Jouleconcepts. Here I drop an in-depth tutorial about how to use tools in 3D motion graphics, things you would never have thought of. So please, if you're new to this channel, do subscribe for more tutorials. Also hit the bell icon in order to be notified every time I drop a new tutorial. Are you a 2D draftsman and you're looking for a way to take your floor plan into Cinema 4D, but it has been a problem for you to do that? Now this is a video for you, so you can just start taking your floor plan from AutoCAD into Cinema 4D and extruding those walls up and getting your actual model from it. So without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. Alright, now I'm in AutoCAD, and if you see what I have here, I have my floor plan and my doors and windows. Now the reason why I have these doors and windows is for me to know where the doors and the windows will be, but this is not the criteria. If you also see, I have put all those things in separate layers. I've put all the doors in these layers, I've put all the windows in these layers. Like I said, this is not the criteria. You don't really need to do this. I just did this for me to keep track of whatever I'm doing. So once I have this, the next thing is I want to be able to select all this, and if you notice, if I click here, I have in the video section that I can select, and that is not what I want. I want to be able to click here and it selects the whole chain of line that are joined together. The same way, click on this, it select the whole chain of line that is joined together. And for me to do that, I have to use this join tool in the modify tab here, in the modify panel. You can see this is the icon for join. If I leave my mouse for a while, you see that. Then if I click on join, it tells me to select the object that I want to join. So if I click on this, and this, and I press enter to finish selection, sorry. Now these objects are joined. If I bring my mouse over here, notice everything glows. If I click once, all these sections are joined. So I'm going to do that for all the different parts. You just click on the join icon, or you use the shortcut. The shortcut is J. So if I hit J on my keyboard and press enter, it tells me to select the object that I want to join. I'll select this object and I'm going to select this one and this, then press enter. Then if I bring my mouse now, you notice this is now joined. So I'm going to fast forward this and join every section of the room till I'm done, then I'll be back. So do bear with me and we'll get back very soon. Okay, so I am done now. I'm done. So if you notice, once I bring my mouse over to this, you can highlight, see everything highlights, and the whole boundary is highlighted. This also is another boundary. This is also another boundary, and that. Now, this is meant to be a staircase, just like two slabs going up. So this is not like a boundary. That's why I left this. Then for this part, this is also supposed to be a slab outside the door, because there's meant to be a door here that links into the house. Then you have a little space, then slabs goes down. All right, so but that is not what we're doing now. So what we want is to be able to join all this. So that's the first thing. Once we are done joining all this, I now need to run a second command. Now if I go to an isometric view by clicking on this home tab, now by the way, if you don't have this, you would want to, so if you don't have that, you can just click on this icon. And also if you don't have this icon here, for instance, just go to your view tab. Once you go to your view tab, in your viewport tab, you can click on the view cube. It comes up directly, so this can come up. So if you click in the home, it takes you to an isometric view. And right now, if I check my visual style and go to conceptual, it is just line. So this is not a geometry. These are just lines and 2D shapes. So what I'm going to do is, let me go back to wireframe. Then what I'm going to do now is to try as much as to bring up these walls from this and to join this to a form that Cinema 4D can see or can read. Then that will take me to running the next command, which is called region. So if you type region, what region does that? It works for a closed boundary. That is what region works for. So once you type region, it tells you to select objects. the object you're selecting, they should be closed boundaries. So now I'm selecting these closed boundaries, and once I am done selecting all of them, so let me select this also, and this, because I'm going to extrude those parts. So once I'm done selecting, I'll press enter, and as soon as I press enter, it seems as if nothing happened. But in the real sense of it, if I go to this wireframe and change it to conceptual, you notice that I now have geometry. So I can't take this to Cinema 4D now. I can just quickly do some cleaning here before I go to Cinema 4D. And that will be in my home tab. And in my home tab, and by the way, I'm making use of my 3D model, not drafting annotation. There is, in your quick access toolbar, sorry, my recording software is cutting this. There is a place at the top here where you have workspace. Click on the workspace, or you could just come down here. Once you come down here, you have workspace, and this is the workspace here. So you can just choose the one. So I'm working on 3D modeling. So if you go to the home tab for 3D modeling, I will go to subtract. So how it works is select the bigger one, or the one you want to subtract from. Once you select that, you press enter. Then you can now go to the ones you want to subtract from it. Start clicking those ones that I want to subtract from it. So I want this region, I want this region, and I want to select this region. So once I'm done, I'll press enter, then AutoCAD will subtract those things for me. Once all these things are subtracted, then I would want to save this file, and I can save it and export it as FBX, which Cinema 4D can read. So what I will do now is to go to my application menu, or I could just first select this object, everything, and once I select it, I'll go to my application menu, go to export, then I'll choose FBX. This is it here. If I click FBX, this comes up, it tells me to specify where I want to save this. So I'm saving this to my desktop, go to AutoCAD export. So I'll call this floor plan 01. Then save. Another dialog box comes, it tells me, do I want to export camera, material? I don't need material here, and I don't need light. So I want only the object. Even the camera, I don't need the camera. So I want only the object, so I'm going to export this. Once I click on OK, it exports, export visible object, yeah? Then this object will be exported. So the next thing I'm going to do is to go over to Cinema 4D and try to import that stuff. So if I go to File, Merge, then I know, I save it in my desktop, AutoCAD export, and this is the floor plan. So if I bring this up, and everything was fine, it's fine. Now, notice what I have. I still have this guy here, which I don't want, so I'm going to delete. Then for the lights, I'm going to select the lights or delete. I don't know why those things are here. Then you have all these different options here. See what I'm selecting. These are the 3 slabs, and then I have the main building, so I can just rename main building. Then these ones are the slabs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything as this. Then I could, I'll select everything, go to my move, and rotate this guy here. So if I rotate, hold down shift to constrain this at 10 degrees increments, then I want to rotate it at -90, so I have that. So this is the floor plan, so I have that. So now if you notice, if I come to my polygon mode and I select this is having issues. I'm having issues with this, and I'm not supposed to have triangles. So what I'm going to do is to clean up this, just select this middle, MN to dissolve, and that is getting rid of everything. So what I'm going to do is just select this guy, right click here, try and melt. If I melt, it melts that. So I'll go to the next one, select this. If dissolve is not working, it can melt. Select the last one, select the edge, right click and melt. So the shortcut is UZ. So the next time I'm going to do that, I'll be hitting UZ. Select this, UZ, that goes up, UZ. So I'm going to fast forward this and the back. Alright, so I am done with this. You can see I am done with everything. So what I can do now is to just select everything. So I would want to, I think I will just leave it there. So I will just select this and go to my polygon mode, Control A to select all. So once I have this selected, I'll hit D for extrude. Then before I start extrusion, because if I extrude now, I'm going to have hole down here, and that's not what I want. So I'm going to undo that. Before I do the extrusion, I want to close or create a cap. And when I start extruding, I'm not going to have the hole anymore. And by the way, I have a tutorial on extrusion or on extrude, so you can just check the link in the description for in-depth tutorial about that. So once I'm done with this extrusion, and maybe that is how high I want this to go, I will just leave that. Then go to this next object, go to this other one, Control A, extrude this upward. So let's say up to this place, select this, Control A, extrude that. So maybe take it up a bit. Then select the last one, Control A, extrude that. So we have that. And if you notice that my extrusion is looking somehow, and the reason is because I brought this from Cinema 4D and the funging was not got right, was not set right. So what for me to do that is just to select this fung tag, then activate this angle limit. Once I activate, I have everything set and I don't have this fung issue anymore. But you still have in some instances, like in this case. Then for me to resolve this, when you have funging, just reduce this value. So if you reduce this to 5, you should resolve that. And that is it. So you can just continue from here and go to your floor plan and look at where you have your walls and where you have your walls, your windows and doors, and try to match up. Or you could just save that also out so that you can place it in the same position in the wall so you can know where your windows will be. And I think that is pretty much how you go about transporting your file from AutoCAD or exporting it from AutoCAD and bringing it over to Cinema 4D and working on. So if this was helpful, please give me a like, thumbs up, and share. And if there's anything you want me to talk about, just hit me in the comment below and I'll try and do my best to bring this out. So do have a wonderful day and God bless you. Bye.